Hello everybody, my name is John Mark Johnson Jr. and I am the host of Reformed GGA. And recently I've been told some very important things that I want to take the time to address. First of all, I've been told that I make long videos. Videos that are very long and sometimes go on and on. Videos that are sometimes repetitively so, that go on for a long time and can be, depending on the situation, very long. Sometimes they are so long that they wind up repeating things. This is true. And if you are one of those people that have noted that my videos are long and repetitive, I want you to know that you are not wrong. Second, I have been told that during my videos I will sometimes smack my lips on occasion, and it can be really disturbing, if not downright distracting, and that I should probably, stop doing it. And it's kind of distracting because I'm smacking my lips so often. Your concerns have been heard, and they are true. And I wanted you to know that I affirm your truth. I have also recently been told that as a gun YouTuber, in fact as a YouTuber in general, but especially as a gun YouTuber, I should not button the top button of my shirt. Now, this one is very involved, and it involves quite a few different parts. You should know that there is a certain segment of the gun watching community out there that very much so favors men not buttoning the top button of their button-up shirts. These are a group of people that comment as men on gun channels. However, they are not men. Instead, there is a group of women out there who happen to think that the base of a man's neck is the sexiest part of a man. And they know that gun YouTubers know this about them. And so they will masquerade as men using false assumed identities, commenting on gun YouTube channels and watching gun YouTube channels, waiting for the men to reveal the base of the neck and all of its lewdness. These women thrive on this aspect of the male body. They yearn for this, they seek for this, and they specifically seek it in YouTube gun channels. And this very behavior, this particular channel, Reformed GGA, will not stand for. This is a family-friendly channel. We do not encourage that kind of behavior here. And because of that, the top button will remain buttoned. We will not encourage women to be looking at the base of men's necks on this channel. Now, in an effort to provide full disclosure, it should be noted that there are videos that are on the channel currently that actually, sadly, do reveal the base of my neck. That has been pointed out. I want to assure you that those are wardrobe malfunctions, and they will be dealt with soon. The videos will be appropriately edited so as to not show the base of the man's neck, namely my own. I am sorry if I have caused any woman to stumble from the righteous and virtuous path. I would not want to encourage that kind of promiscuity in women. And for that, I sincerely apologize, and I want to reiterate this channel's commitment to avoiding the base of the man's neck. I have also been told that I try to sound smarter than I really am. No matter what I say, this is a true statement. You are correct. Also, I try to make this appear as though it is a legitimate channel by calling it Reformed GGA and saying that I am the host thereof. Now, anyone who has eyeballs can clearly see that this is in fact a legitimate channel. It is a channel, and it is on YouTube, therefore it is a legitimate YouTube channel. And beyond this, it should be noted that in the transpiring night, my channel has grown by two subscribers. I went from having 65 subscribers to 67 subscribers. This is notable and significant, and all of you should respect the two. Legitimate two. Also, because of the quality of videos that this channel produces, I should feel terrible. I do. You will receive my suicide note in the mail. No, that's not true. That's not even funny. Online bullying is a major cause of suicide the world over and should not be tolerated. I have also been told that my haircut is outdated, that 1985 called and they want it back. This is close to the truth. It's from 1984. Go Wolverines. How'd that get there? I've also been told that mentioning psychological phenomena that can influence gun buyers in a video is not a legitimate thing. This is obviously true. Psychological phenomena have absolutely no connection whatsoever to purchasing a firearm. For example, there is a myth floating around out there that there is such a thing as confirmation bias. The idea that if you do something, you seek something, if you want something, that you will seek information that confirms your presuppositions, that confirms what you want to be true. This is obviously false because everybody knows that there is no gun buyer in the world who has ever bought a gun and defended that gun simply because they wanted that gun to be good. That never happens. When people have purchased a firearm and have invested in a firearm, they are always able to see it coolly and rationally, and they never, ever, 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 ever they will never, this is a better way of putting it, they will never show any signs of trying to defend their purchase, because confirmation bias is clearly a myth and it never happens. It is also the case that no company, no gun company especially, has ever tried to make their company seem better than it actually is. And they have never tried to convince people that the way that they do business is how business ought to be done. No company has ever done this. There are no psychological effects that have ever been used or employed, either intentionally or unintentionally, to try to convince customers that their product is the best and that the way that they achieve the offering of that product is the best. This has never been documented. This never happens. The idea that psychological phenomena have any influence on the gun buying experience is a total and complete conspiracy theory and should not be trusted at all. Do not look behind the curtain. It has also been brought to my attention that I am a troll. And this is clearly true because only a troll would go to a Facebook page that is dedicated to a particular product and provide the users of said Facebook page with information demonstrating the problems that they have had with that product. Clearly, this is the work of a troll. This is 100% absolutely positively true, and I'm glad that you all noticed that. Further, I have been told that my videos need to include more shooting. This is also very clearly true. My videos do need to include much more live shooting, because after all, everybody knows that entertainment is really information. Further, I have also been told that I am a pink water buffalo. Most of the things that have been said about me thus far I have completely affirmed as being 100% true, but I want to tell you that this one is in fact a lie. The appropriate authorities have indeed been called and notified of this heinous slander, because obviously nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to be called a pink water buffalo. This is truly something that needs to be dealt with, and I'm here to tell you that it is not true at all. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Your input on this channel is greatly appreciated, and it will be dealt with in the order received. Okay, I've had my fun. For those of you who are still watching the video at this point, thank you very much for viewing and for keeping up with things. For those of you who don't know what the background of this video is that I posted my most recent video in the AKV forum on Facebook, the main one that PSA puts out, and it blew up. And in some ways was taken incorrectly, and in other ways achieved exactly the effect that was desired, in that it actually got people engaging with the issue. And frankly, I did learn some cool things. There were some people that were not very helpful at all. and some people that have an awesome sense of humor, and I'm not saying that it's a bad group to join, just be forewarned, their sense of humor is a little strange. But there were some people that were very, very helpful and pointed out some very important things. One of them is that evidently every person who has an AK platform gun is completely okay with the scratches on the side. For those of you who don't know what I was complaining about, it is the scratch that the safety lever produces on the side of the receiver, and also the what would be the gas tube lever also produces a scratch as well. Evidently, in the AK community, that is considered normal and fine and perfectly acceptable, and I guess if that's their thing, that's their thing. I don't get it, honestly, because I don't have any other gun that is like that, rather handguns or rifles. Some people said, oh, you're just way too familiar with ARs, and everyone who actually kept up with the channel, and I understand that a lot of people obviously haven't kept up with the channel from the beginning, but if you have kept up with the channel, you know I'm not an AR guy, but literally every other gun that I own doesn't scratch itself. So yeah, that concerned me. Evidently, it's not a big concern for AK people. I didn't know. I apologize for that. Evidently, I have egg on my face and I look pretty stupid. Okay, that one's on me. I did find some rather interesting comments surrounding that, people making fun of, oh, he thinks that the scratch is a bad thing, he doesn't know AKs. And I had one person who, well, a few people, but one person in particular that chided me about making sure that you understand the history of a weapon before you buy it. And this person proceeded to tell me that the AK was developed in the 60s as a cheap, inexpensive weapon system, and that's why we're okay with having the scratch on it. It's an AK-47 for a reason and not a 60-something. But who am I to say? Evidently, this person, because they know that the scratch is normal, knows that the AK was developed in the 60s. Okay. Okay, yeah, I learned something. And then there were also some people in the group that were incredibly helpful. They understood exactly where I was coming from. A lot of them didn't agree with it, of course, but a lot of them understood exactly where I was coming from. I don't want to have to send the gun back in. I made that very clear in the video. And so they actually offered advice on ways that I could possibly fix things myself and test things myself, so on and so forth, so that I wouldn't have to send the gun in. To those of you guys who did that, you rock. You actually listened and you provided helpful advice that actually addressed where I actually was. That is stinking awesome and amazing, and you guys deserve a great big thumbs up, and you have it from me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And there are also, like I said, some people with some wicked awesome senses of humor. Might need to dial it back just a little bit, but there was some pretty funny stuff, and I admit that, okay, some of the stuff that I do is just weird and goofy, and sometimes I am just flat out wrong. And I was very clearly wrong about the scratch on the AK, because I got inundated with pictures of people showing me the scratches on their AK. No, this is perfectly normal. I'm just sitting back going, well, I guess evidently it is. All right, learn something. Cool beans. So this has been an interesting learning experience. Evidently, I am really weird and crazy. Had absolutely no clue that that was the case at all. I thought I was perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal for people to make YouTube videos of very low quality while sitting in their basement. I'm actually not in my basement, by the way. This is not my basement. It's true. But you learn stuff. And like I said, there were some people in the forum that weren't all that awesome, but there are lots of people that were pretty awesome, very helpful. Some of them, like I said, awesome sense of humor, and hopefully they understand the spirit of this video in doing that. And for all of you guys who did offer actual helpful advice, thank you very much. I appreciate it sincerely. I will take it, because that's what you do when you get good advice, is you take it, and I'll try to see what I can do, given my prior commitment to not sending the gun in if I can avoid it. So I will take that advice. I will try to do what I can to remediate the problem on this end, and I will report back as things develop. Thank you all very much for your time and attention, and I really do mean that. Okay, frankly, yeah, I can be a bit of a troll, but I do appreciate people's time, and the fact that people took the time to interact and respond. I know that it takes time, even if you don't like what I have to say, even frankly if you're making fun of it. The simple fact that you spent your time with me tonight actually does mean something to me. Yeah, I know some people were sincere and some people weren't sincere, but it still takes time, it still takes effort, and that is appreciated. And that's how you have a conversation. Some people aren't all that good at having meaningful conversations. They need some practice. Other people are awesome at it. But no matter what, no matter where you come from, it's going to take time either to develop those conversational skills or to engage in a conversation. It's still going to take time as well. And I really do appreciate that. I know it doesn't always come across, but I do appreciate it. I did hear a lot of what you guys said, and I'm taking it under advisement. And like I said, that advice that I received that was actually sincere and decent, I will take. I'm not promising that my YouTube channel is going to suddenly become the next high production quality thing, because frankly it's not going to be, and it was never intended to be. This is just some random guy talking about his random thoughts on random things that happen to be gun related. That's not going to change. But I did hear you. And in keeping with that, the first thing that I will address is the accusation of long videos. This video has been long, but it is not as long as some of my other ones. Thank you all for your time and attention. Sincerely, truly, I mean it. Thank you. Bye.